Marvel fans, Andrew Garfield is finally talking about Spider-Man No Way Home and a potential future for his Spider-Man character. Let's break it all down. What's up, everybody? It's Josh coming at you from Nerd Ventures Tower. Smash like on this video if listening to Andrew Garfield talk about Spider-Man makes you want to see him as Spider-Man again even more. Because that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, honestly, Andrew Garfield did an absolutely incredible job in Spider-Man No Way Home. Many folks feel he sort of stole the show. And of course, we went through a whole year of him having to do all these different interviews and deny that he was in the movie, and he did a hilarious but good job of denying that. But now that he's finally talking about his experience and he's doing it with just such passion and love, it's making me just feel really, really good, not only about Spider-Man No Way Home, but about the future with the Spider-Man character. I think one of the biggest positive things about Spider-Man No Way Home is that it's not just crazy fan service where all of this stuff is thrown together and it's a big goobly glob of awesome things, but it is instead that it feels like an authentic celebration of all the different versions of Spider-Man that have come before. And Andrew Garfield specifically was such a big fan of the Spider-Man character, and he did so many cool things even back when the Amazing Spider-Man series was going on. Like, I recall him just going out and playing basketball in the park of New York City. There were the famous skits where he went around trying to get pictures with people dressed up as Spider-Man, and it was like a weird fake version of the costume. He's just always seemed like a really fun dude, and he had a lot of fun with the role. And he brought all of that fun and that love to the performance in Spider-Man No Way Home. And now that he's actually out there talking about his experience, it's just like getting me even more hyped up. It's making me love the movie even more and be excited for what is to come. So let's go over a few key things that Andrew has been saying. A lot of this is coming from an Entertainment Tonight interview where he talks about being pitched by Amy Pascal, John Watts, and Kevin Feige. And he just talks so enduringly about being there, being able to be there with his actual Spider-Man hero, Tobey Maguire. He speaks really highly of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and he loved being the middle brother, the guy that could be in reverence to his older brother Spider-Man, but also want to protect his younger brother Spider-Man. He talks about the I love you line, how it was improvised and just something fun that they did on the set. He talks about how fun and easy the whole experience was, having only had to film for about 2 weeks. And then maybe one of the coolest stories ever is the fact that Andrew and Tobey Maguire snuck in opening night to go watch Spider-Man No Way Home together. They went in with ball caps and their masks. Nobody knew they were there, and they just wanted to see what the fan experience was like for when they actually showed up on screen. But then they ended up staying for the whole movie because, let's face it, that movie's way too fun, dude. And that hope and that love of that character, it's just like, as a fan, that's what you want to see. That's what you want from the people that are taking the mantle of your favorite character and bringing it to life in live action. And Andrew speaks to this idea of this whole experience feeling right. And even when he's asked about coming back to do more Spider-Man, he says he would do it if it felt right.
I mean, never say never. I mean, it's a character that's always going to be so meaningful to me and so beautiful to me. And again, it comes back to service. I think if there's a way for me to continue to add to the legacy of that character in a way that feels of service to an audience, of service to the themes that Stan Lee, injected that character with, I'm open, of course. I'm very, very open. But it would have to be very, very special. It would have to be very, very meaningful and fun and joyful.
And my current feelings on this whole situation, I think a lot of fans feel this way, it's that where we're at right now is a beautiful place where they tried this crazy thing. It worked. It was frankly minimal effort for Tobey and Andrew and maximum output and just fan outcry of love and excitement. And this movie's not only massive, but just such a good feeling movie that I think, generally speaking, most fans agree that the time is now to keep this going. I've said in several different videos and streams that I strongly feel like you'll get more Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and I think the comments he's making now that he can actually talk about it, are sort of solidifying that. He's saying things like, never say never. I would be open to it if it felt right. And according to many insiders out there, there are a lot of talks ongoing with Andrew Garfield to do more Spider-Man. He has several options options in front of it. I think when you put together the fan reception to his performance in Spider-Man No Way Home, the fact that he's an absolute super fan and completely enjoyed his experience and is open to more, and all of the buzz coming out from all of the insiders and scoopers out there, it's just obvious you're going to get more Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. You might get a lot of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Now, I personally always feel like there was an end game for Feige, and that was Secret Wars. I think Feige always had this big destination for all of Phase 4, and I think bringing Tobey and Andrew back was a test not only for those actors but for audiences as well, to see if this was something that could work. Again, it was revealed they only shot for 2 weeks, guys. A lot of this was done without them. Feige, being the brilliant producer that he is, he makes these things as easy as possible for his actor. And you know what I keep going back to is that interview with Tom Hardy where he's talking about Venom 3. He's talking about the potential future, and he says there's a Spider-Verse, a Venom-verse, and a multiverse, and you know, those things and how they all web together, that's kind of the alchemy, the magic of the future. The current big rumor is that Venom 3 is going to be a multiversal movie, and I've sort of been beating this drum for some time, but I think what's going to happen is Sony's going to do something really wild with Across the Spider-Verse, sort of lay some of the foundation for what they want to do with their multiverse. Then in Venom 3, the Venomverse is going to be opened up to the multiverse as well. And in that situation, you might see Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and maybe even other versions of Spider-Man, like an Emma Stone, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen. I would assume all of those characters will do something crazy, deal with some big Venom threat that's multiversal, but all of this will eventually meet back up at Secret Wars, where all of the best things from throughout Marvel cinematic history will show up on Battleworld to pay off this crazy thing that Feige is setting up. I'm personally here for it. I can't believe all this is happening. Again, the big thing for me is how much it feels right, how much joy I'm getting from listening to Andrew Garfield answer these questions, talk about his experience. He absolutely loves this character. As a big Marvel fan, I love that he loves the character. I love his portrayal. I love what is going on over there. And so what a world. What a time to be alive, where we're going to get all this crazy stuff happening. More Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Can't friggin' believe it, but I think it's happening. Let me know your thoughts about all of this, and where do you think they should take the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man character? Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to our channel, see more of our content pop up in your recommended feed. Check me out on TikTok. Check out the podcast on Spotify, and don't you dare miss out on those live streams, man. Those are where it goes down. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.